Aloha everybody, Jill here. Finally getting around to making another video. It's February 25th, 2017. I haven't made one for a few days because I've been really busy with multiple doctor appointments and mostly a lot of appointments, but anyway, I've been stressing out. The next thing that's going to happen in my treatment is the radiation therapy. And before I start, let me just say that I'm not making this video alone because I got the hat on, so Sherry is here with me, making the video with me. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's awesome. Makes me feel a lot better. You can see my port is really looking good. It's healed up. It's almost all better. The only thing I have left here are a few remaining marks from the Tegaderm and the adhesive that just tore my skin, but the port itself looks pretty good. And you also see I got my compression sleeve on. My physical therapist, I've been there before now to physical therapy again, she wants me to wear this sleeve around until our next appointment and see if any of the swelling goes down in my arm. I don't really have lymphedema in my arm. Most of the time I only wear my sleeve when I go on the airplane or if I'm hiking a really high elevation or things like that. But she said it was slightly swollen, I guess, edemus, and just wear it around and see if it goes down at all in our next appointment. So I said okay, and truthfully it feels kind of good actually with myalgia and neuropathy that's in my arm anyway from the stupid neck thing causes this radiating pain down, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to getting this treatment underway and hopefully get rid of some of this pain. But I also have on some cool bracelets, I should point out. You can't really see them, but the pink one is my alert lymphedema, no blood test, blood pressure, no IV, no injections into this arm. That's what the pink one says. It's pretty good. I think everybody who has lymphedema should probably wear this or something like it when you go to the hospital to get tests, because you never know when you're going to be unconscious or get some type of medication to render you that way, and you can't communicate with that with people. And I can't tell you how many times in my experience alone that I've gone to the hospital for other things, my bowel obstructions and some of my other surgeries, and so many times you're out of it on pain meds or what have you, and you wake up and someone's trying to put the blood pressure cuff on the arm that they shouldn't. And you don't want to have lymphedema if you don't have to. So yeah, get one of these bracelets. You can get one for free. The other one I have is the barred power port. It lets them know the specific type of port I have in there. And then this blue beaded one was from my friend at church. She made that and gave it to me. It's a protection, Judy, so it's really nice. But okay, so now that we got that stuff out of the way, let's get into the actual video. As I was saying, I haven't been here for a while. I apologize. This Friday, finally, I'm going to have my radiation surgery to my head. So apparently, I have a 2.5 centimeter mass on my cerebellum, back of my brain, and I went to see Dr. Christina Liu at Queens in the Cancer Center, and she gave me two options as to what type of radiation I'd like to have. I don't know if it's really so much a choice as I'd like to have neither of them, but I need to get rid of this brain tumor, obviously. It was very upsetting, the appointment. She made me do a lot of tests, stand there with my eyes closed and put my arms out and try to follow her finger with my finger and just, try to push me over and do a bunch of different things. And she kept asking me, are you dizzy? Are you going to fall? Do you feel like it? And I said, well, a little bit, but not too bad. And then she kept informing me, well, I'm not dizzy with any of those things. This is all the brain tumor, all result of the brain tumor. And your forgetfulness, and and I'm in total denial. I mean, I can tell when I was playing backgammon the other day, it was getting foggy, and that was upsetting to me. I made a mistake and I parked in the wrong POB building, which, again, being in denial, I'm telling myself, okay, I have doctors in every POB. That's just a mistake, an honest mistake. But, truthfully, I can see that I'm a little wobbly sometimes, and I forget some things, and, but basically it's not a big deal because I'm getting this taken care of, and in order to not forget things and still be in as much control as I would like to be, I just write things down in my notebook here. That's all. I have lists. And anything I need to know, it's here in my notebook until I get this resolved. So it's okay. Anyway, so this Friday I'll finally be having the radiation to my head. I have to get that done first before chemotherapy. And the two types of options she offered me are the gamma knife surgery radiation and the external beam radiation therapy. So I'm going to discuss the pros and cons with you and let the viewers out there know what the difference is in case you're ever faced with this, so you have a little bit of an understanding. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera off and try to splice my videos together again. I'm so bad at this. And then I'll come back. All right. Here's my resident producer license. If you can actually believe that I tried to sell health and life insurance for a while. What a joke. Yes, I'm a actual resident producer here in the state of Hawaii. Hilarious, huh? Anyway, got a lot of fun things at my desk here. This is pretty cool. I got this at the Big Island. There was a homeless lady who I gave her some money, and she made that for me. And she saw that I was doing art as well, and she was making art, and it was really cool. She gave that to me. That meant a lot to me. I held on to that for a while. Here's my pin that, because I'm a tissue recipient, I have skin, cadaver skin, in my left mastectomy to hold that in place. So I got that. That's pretty cool. And then, just some personal mementos I have here. Okay, anyway, now let's get back to the video. Sorry, I'm distracted here. My desk is fun. So the gamma knife surgery radiation, the pros of that are it's a one-time treatment only that will last for about 1.5 hours only. It's done on an outpatient procedure basis. It will not delay my chemotherapy treatment, which is super big. There's no hair loss, no short-term memory loss, and not too many side effects. Now, I have question marks by the hair loss, short-term memory loss, and side effects because everybody reacts to things differently. There may or may not be, but I was told that for the most part, it's pretty much smooth sailing. So the cons of the gamma knife surgery are that they're going to drill into my head. This is terrifying to me. I will not have anesthesia. I'm going to be completely awake for it. They won't knock me out for whatever reason. They said I'll get a little bit of lidocaine and it's going to hurt. So I'm terrified. That's the biggest con for me. I asked the doctor, you mean I'm going to feel a little bit of pressure, but it shouldn't hurt, just pressure, right? And she said, no, it'll hurt. Okay, so this is awful. I'm scared. The only thing they're going to give me is some type of an anti-anxiety pill. And they asked me if I wanted it, and I said, yes, I want it. Put me out as much as you can possibly put me out. Punch me in the face even. I don't care. Just I don't want to be alert for this. But but anyway, I will be. So this is awful. And another bad thing about it is I'm going to need to follow up with it every 3 months to check to make sure there's no more tumors. And I'll pretty much have to do that for the rest of my life. Because although this device, they will drill through my head, attach this Hannibal Lecter type of mask screwed into my head, and then here's a picture of the mask like that. And basically, I don't know if you can see that, basically the beam will go straight to the tumor and protect the rest of the brain tissue. So it's good. This way the rest of the healthy brain tissue is not receiving any type of radiation unnecessarily. The bad news is if there are any tiny microscopic cancer cells that are in the brain, that aren't showing up on the tests yet, on the scans. Because I'm doing the Gamma knife, we will not be aware of it and we won't be treating it. So I have to keep going for this follow-up every 3 months to make sure. Now, the other choice is the external beam radiation therapy. And the pros of that are the whole brain gets a radiation, and again, we'll catch anything small enough that isn't showing up. There's no drilling into the head, which I like, so therefore no pain. And again, an outpatient procedure. The cons of this are it's going to be daily radiation treatment for 1.5 hours for about 2.5 weeks. So that's a lot of rides, a lot of missing work, a lot of, I'm sure I'm going to come home and get in bed and be kind of a vegetable for the rest of the day. 2.5 weeks of that every day, I don't know, that kind of sucks. Again, radiation will be given to the healthy brain tissue, so that could lead to, it will lead to short-term memory loss. The doctor said you won't be able to remember where you left your keys, that type of thing. Hair loss, of course. And the worst part about it is it's going to delay chemo for 2 weeks, which I cannot afford to do, as aggressive as this is. So that's definitely a con. And then there's a scary face mask for that too. I'm not sure which one's scarier. The face mask for the external beam radiation looks like this. So I don't know, you're basically bolted down to the table and you slide your head into this device so you can't move, and the radiation goes to the same spot at the same every time. But I don't know which one of these masks is scarier. This one's horrible because they're going to drill into my head, but only one time. And she said it doesn't bleed too much. Most of the time they don't have to sew it up. You just put gauze on there and go home and get in bed, and oh my god, it's a nightmare. Anyway, because of my my age, I'm younger, and that I have to start chemo in such a hurry, sooner rather than later, and because my mass is under 3 centimeters, they said usually under 3 centimeters they prefer to do the Gamma knife surgery, and also I only have one mass as opposed to a whole bunch of them, so we don't really need to hopefully do the whole brain. I don't know, I'm really friggin' scared about this. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to be positive about it. I'm going to be going to the Gamma Knife Center of the Pacific, which this brochure kind of cracks me up because it says here, it shows a guy at the beach and it says, yesterday he had brain surgery, today he had better things to do. It's like, okay, really? Am I going to be out on the beach the next day after, getting my head drilled through and being blasted with radiation? I don't know. We'll see. So, as I said, I'm just 5 days away from the Gamma knife radiation surgery. I guess it's not really surgery, they just call it surgery. It's just basically getting the radiation to the one spot on my head that has the tumor. In my case, it's a cerebellum. And Dr. Liu says it's on the left side of my cerebellum, so that's why my right side is a lot worse when I do those tests, because of the way the nerves cross in the back of your brain, of course. So basically the plan is the day before I will have an MRI again, and I'm not sure why I've had so many MRIs, but apparently I need another one the day before. Then on treatment day, I'll show up to St. Francis East, which is kind of cool because I've never had a procedure at St. Francis before, in the Weinberg building. I feel like I've been to every hospital on this island except for Wahiawa. I've been to them all with my medical history. But yeah, so I'll show up at 7:30, and they'll make the frame, that scary mask. And then at 8:30, my head will be in the frame, and I'll go through a CT scan. At that point, a neurosurgeon, a radiologist, oncologist, and a physicist will all discuss the plan, of course, of treatment and what they're going to do exactly. And I get to hang out with Tanner for an hour and a half or so. And then at 9:30-ish, give or take, they're going to blast me with the radiation, and I should be out the door by 11 o'clock. with the hose in my head, and hopefully the tumor irradiated. Hopefully, God willing. And I don't know, I hope I'm highed up, because they better give me something. I'm scared to death. Really, really, really. I'm hoping to get to the cancer support group this week. I think I can go a day before. I have to check the schedule. I have to check. I'm getting mixed up. Like I said, I'm a little forgetful these days, but I believe there's a brain tumor support group like 2 days before or a day before or something, and somebody there has had to have gone through this and could make me feel better about this drilling into my head. But that's all. Thanks for watching. Sorry it took so long to make the video, and I hope, like I said, my goal is always to inspire people and hopefully help others that are scared. I wish I can find a video about this. I'm terrified. I will definitely report back in what happens afterwards. So if any of you are facing this in the future, you'll know a little bit better what to expect. Because most of the time it's just fear of the unknown. And I found that things don't always have to be as scary as I thought they were. It's just because I'm panicking. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for your amazing support, and aloha and God bless.